Yeah, I think we're a little dark. Hey guys, ah, you got the wicked lady hippie at the bar. We're live. I just don't bother to edit or anything. Half these, what you see is what you get. We can talk about anything and everything. Background, if you didn't read it, real quick. I grew up. I'm old. Mother of one, grandmother of one, two, and published author, Army veteran. Grandson's an Army veteran now. Yeah, I know. It sounds so weird when I say it. Be kind. Live chat is on in about 3 seconds. And yes, we've got live chat. And anybody want to be kind and drop in a word, please do. I'm I'm it. I wear all the hats. And like I keep hearing myself echo and I've been playing with the darn card, the sound card, and it doesn't like me. And it's not one of those older ones where you can just unplug it and plug it back in. Worked in IT a lot. My husband just gave me this. Isn't that lovely? He just popped in and gave me this. Um, it's not my birthday or anything. I have no idea what's going on, but wherever Robert is, I hope they're fading in, getting him water. Bathroom. In any event, he's taking me out to dinner. Uh, Here we go. And it's a flowing skirt with a pattern and stuff at the bottom. It stands out and it flows as you walk. Real light material. So yeah, I'm having fun, and he knows when he takes me out, I'm going to end up with a drink, and so I've already gotten started because I'm running so late. So if there's anybody out there that wants to talk about anything or everything, do please pop in. If not, I tend to run my mouth. I see. I think I'm having too much rouge over here. I'm all red. The lighting's really bad. Um, so, yeah, I'm still real red over here. I don't think my husband hit me or anything. I don't think I hit a wall. Get older. And it's, yeah, clown makeup. Well, we'll just have to work with it. Again, I'm the only one here, and I just don't have a makeup crew. I have cats. Um, I'll try to do it as if you guys really weren't paying much attention because I've already had to edit this one time. I have two Chromebooks of my four Chromebooks that I have here online to do this out of sync. One won't pull it in, period, as far as a Wi Fi or anything signal, yet it shows our stuff. And it says no signal. My other Chromebooks, phones, all of that's linked in. So I'm panicking. This started yesterday. Lights won't work on the others. I have of the three others, and I didn't realize it was starting to do that. One showed everything. Yesterday I looked and I was so dark. I'm probably as dark today, but that's probably good for you guys. Can't see her too well. So, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I see. I didn't try to do too much in the way of politics. Now I'm looking for a lighter, which I don't appear to have gotten. Hang on. I can get one. This is my really don't give a shit day, as everybody can tell. And the headband's on because my headphones do this loop de loop. So, didn't do the politics very much today. I'm not allowed to smoke, but my husband lets me have the cigarillos when I'm up here talking to you guys and a couple of my, well, at least one. I like my whiskey on the rocks. So it's a whiskey fireball with that burst of cinnamon at the end of it, little airplane bottles. He buys me a bucket of them. I love these things. He's cool about that. And I like it on ice. And so you'll see me, and I have just a little shot glass that I put beside it. And it looks like I'm having 15 shots, and it's the same bottle. I learned that from the airlines. That was before you had to sit 22 a row or whatever it the hell is. I quit flying, I think it was 2010. And I came back from Wisconsin and I said, never again. And they put in like six more seats since then, you know. I'm like, I'm never. I started flying in the 70s. I mean, you didn't have no TV, you didn't have no cell phone, you didn't have none of that. You had a pleasant experience flying. Personally, it was quite terrifying on landing and takeoff, but the rest was okay. Back then, I didn't know they could actually fall apart in the air like they do now. Have, whole sides of the plane come apart. People go, oh, no. Shit. I was like, I think I'd just go ahead and get my car. I didn't start driving until I was 35. Because like I said, I took y'all up here. It don't matter to me. You don't talk back or not. It's up to you to listen. Mm. That's what's great about America is free will. You don't want to listen. You say, hey, piss off, old lady. Cheers. Ah, I always try to say Charlie Kirk's name up here, too. I promised him the day he died, the day he was massacred and assassinated and full of view of the world and over the tops of thousands of kids. I'm still expected, and I have a very good medal of my own as far as firing, much further than that. And I can't wrap my head around a fluffy or whatever he does. I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't get it. More power to you. Free country. I just have trouble believing this kid did this with his grandfather's World War One rifle, which apparently had an adapted sniper. I call it sniper. Anyway, a sight, and he was on the one building that you could shoot Charlie from. Don't know why his security or campus security police, I don't know why none of them figured that out. And his security company, he was paying millions to. So I'm totally at a loss there. I'm like, what the? I mean, why cremate him in what, a day and a half? Maybe. I don't know. It's up to the widow. Widows get a year from me, and I don't like to say nothing about a widow. No way. She got two children. Didn't know the kids existed. Knew him as the kid, and to me, it was a kid. Um, proved me wrong on college campuses, and I thought he was so nice and so intelligent. And I knew he was Christian, but I had only seen him, off and on a few times in a couple of years. Did not know about his politics at all. But I don't care about any of those things. And Candace Owens, please watch your back, girlfriend. Peace out, man. Check out the hippies. We'll talk to you. We really I bet 99% of us at least agree with you. Somebody should be trying to find out who did this. Because again, I can't see this guy doing this. Where did the gun come from? It just materialized on the roof? Yeah, there was something in the town when he went running and jumped 14 feet down and took off like a gazelle again. Yeah, nobody noticed that. He had something in the towel. He fucking didn't have nothing but a cell phone when he went up them steps. And why couldn't they show us the CC? I'll tape. Where's the video? This guy had to be on video, which they show him leaving. Drops off the building. That's just a little gunny guy. Please, we can do better than that on our phones. It's just, they're still using the same old 1982 tactics. See nothing, hear nothing, do nothing. Shitheads. But that's pretty much all I got to say. Other than I do think it was a wrong move on the widow to do the, I don't know, the concert hall with rockets and fireworks and hugging the vice presidents and leather pants that I am not sure how she got off. I tried to do that once. I think I cut him. I got some head. Sounds like me. You'll try anything once, most of us. So we didn't do that. And like I said, I didn't get that at all. I didn't at first get the fact that J.D. Vance was the pallbearer and he was coming home on the vice president's plane, and the second lady and vice president were with him and her, and I think the children, but I'm not sure. And again, it's not any of mine, and I'm not here to say, to the widow, don't do that. It's a wrong thing to do. It's not my place, but it is odd. And that he was gone, not just his body and things, but where he was murdered, where he's massacred. They had that thing flipped up with new, sod on it and concrete and like, what, hour and a half? Calling it conspiracy theory all you fucking want. Just like the Mandela effect. I went to the Mandela funeral. I stood in my house because it was broadcast. Like Lady Diana, the princess of the people. Like that. So I attended out of respect at my house. That's what all of us did, just about. So I'm on the wrong road. I end up doing this stuff so fast. I'm doing four things at once, along with a newborn kitten. Mm, mm. You'll understand if I tell you my cigarette, my little cigar. I used to have the cheroots in France. Used to like those. Sold my cigarettes, pay my rent out there. Lived off base, even though I was in the army and we were in Germany. And I had a child and I had like three jobs and couldn't do all that back in and out of the base. And you just and the apartments were needed for people with big families. I just had one baby, and I could get and I got a little college. It was great. The cottage was so small at that the bathroom was outside. It wasn't an outhouse. That's where your toilet shower were, but it was another building. And it was like January in Chicago there. So I didn't miss Chicago much at all for a couple of years. But San Antonio, Texas, my son loved that. That's it, where he says he's from now. Um, so that's up to him. And he would not. He renounced his German citizenship back then. It was like here, it to a service member. I don't know what changed here because I know in History 101, I thought they clearly said you could not hold office unless you were a born American. Now they didn't say you could be in politics and make our laws if you just came here from Somalia, because like Minneapolis and stuff like that must have some people that are just slow or something. You can't figure. Minneapolis airport sent trillions through in cash alone. I've seen the videos where they finally get to stop them. Maseratis, Lamborghinis, nobody in the businesses. And in many cases, it was a P.O. box. And nobody could pick that up. Yeah. So apparently, the vineyard that Ilhan Omar and her husband owned hasn't made any money. I think the first year they were in the hole. And then the next year they had 30 million. But no, you cannot make money because you only get a salary. Well, yeah, some of us get better salaries. I worked in DC for many, many years. And I lived in DC. I lived in Maryland. And I saw a couple of politicians that were decent people. But as far as their positions inside the Senate and so forth, in the Congress, I'll say, they were completely different people. Completely different people. I used to go, I had a favorite senator, and we used to always go to, what was that place? It was a motel where it'll come back to me. Anyway, we used to go there to get drinks, and they've torn it down now. But he was always telling me, you got to be quiet or you got to get out of this place. They're going to shoot you and this kind of thing. And I was, okay. Back then it was two martinis and a Valium. I was working at that time for the agriculture, um, the federal agriculture building. And believe it or not, with my mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law, a long, long time ago, decades and decades. And we were putting together, well, we put together the same thing they use now, but they put it on a card, SNAP and, EBT and all that. We did it. We started all that. That was out of, and it still is out of the agriculture department. And so that was cool to be right in on. When I went active duty, I left as a WAC on the plane to go to training at Fort McClellan, Alabama. A WAC is someone who's a nurse or typist. That's it. They don't really, I think they would have let them see weapons, but I don't know if they let them use them. And it was something because we landed at Fort Jackson in Columbia, South Carolina. And our teachers were airborne. They were Vietnam airborne rangers. They didn't want women. They did not want women. It was so cute. None of that sway and sashy stuff. No lipstick. We've all been up for like 4 days. I came in with rank. Don't do that. Shit rose uphill in the military. So when they fuck up, you get shit. So I had chevrons. They were all trainees. I'm 5'2". I weigh maybe 99 pounds. If I ate just before they weighed me, I could almost get it there. They gave me a waiver for 10 pounds. I weighed 88 pounds when I went because I was going as a whack and they didn't have to be. But then they said, you're soldiers now and you have a choice. You can stay here and we can train you with the men and you will be regular army. There's no distinction between you and the men. You're a soldier. Or you can go home again. We'd send you back, won't cost you, and there would be nothing on your record. It's up to you if you would like to do it. You may not make it. For those who don't make it, it won't be a big thing on there at all. It won't be dishonorable or anything. So basically, you could try it and we'll send you home. Well, there was another woman there, Schultz. I kept calling her Sergeant Schultz after Hogan's Heroes. If you don't know that one, just stay out of my bar. I'm too much of a hippie for you. So that was interesting. She was like 6'1". We both had the same color hair. And we just got along about how to fire. She was from New York. I'm from Chicago. And they're looking and they're calling out our names, looking at our records, asking silly questions because we were exhausted. It'd been 4 days, no sleep. You ran everywhere until you graduated. Luckily, I was in pretty good shape, but that's another book. So yeah, they said they got they got to Wicked. That was me. It stuck. He said he said I'm looking at, and back then we had folders. It wasn't on the computer. He's looking. He's like, "You from Chicago?" PFC Bullock. Sir, yes, sir. He's a captain. And I was like, sir, yes, sir. By then you knew how to address him, and you better know the rank by the fourth day. Because you had to address him by rank or sir if it was an officer. And he said, so Chicago, huh? Okay. You sure? Because you don't have any record. And I was like, I worked really hard on that. Like, and he's like, okay. And your PFC. We don't have it in rest of trainees here. So we got to have you take care of everything. I'm 5 foot fucking 2. Been up 4 days. No sleep. I've got all this stuff in this duffel bag and boots and I it weighed more than I did. No lie. I swear to God. And of course, when he said that, you can work for me. And by the way, guys, her nickname's Wicked from now on. And I fell out. I just fell out. And I had the short, my hair's curly actually, but you can probably see some of it. So yeah, it stuck. All these years later, decades later, even when my son, I didn't want to get on Facebook and all that stuff back when it started. My son advised me and my husband advised me that I should do that. So my son set up the account for like Gmail, just coming off AOL. And I was just tired because I always worked AT or IT. AT. I worked IT most of the time, and I hired, fired, got the equipment, all that kind of stuff. We were first in a lot of things. It was because everything moves so fast, I think. But there are some stories I could tell you. In any event, yes, we're now both retired. And I've been thinking about it. I started to say, well, I saw Billy, not Billy. Now, here, I can't think of his name either. I've been running all day. I was checking out the podcast because I thought it was awesome that it was working well. And I caught President Trump. I call him Donnie. Caught a couple of his Shay-Shays, Joe Rogan, Hey Joe, News Radio. Sorry about how that ended. You were great. You're still great. Enjoy you. So I decided to try a podcast. And that Christmas, they both got me starter kits. My husband got me the golden mic. He said, oh, that's cool. So I got the golden mic and setups for guests and so forth. My husband started renovating the house. Suddenly we have a bar. We had just got that before the Christmas. And we had to rearrange the house, buy new furniture because nothing fit where we redid everything and opened the pattern of the house at the bottom. And it's been a real hoot. I had taken a year off. I had a horrific accident. So a lot of steel in places that shouldn't be. Took them a month just to do the surgery on the first. So I couldn't be moved. I couldn't move. It was horrific. It's one thing to slow down. I mean, you can slow down. That's not the big deal. Slowing down, and it's bugging me. I wondered what that was. Um, yeah, slowing down isn't easy at all when you run constantly for like all your life. And now, if you move your eyebrows, you start screaming, and they don't treat pain. I don't know when they'll go back to that because apparently people abused it and died or something. I don't know. I get my medicine from the VA, so I don't know why I'm still paying for it because I'm telling you, when I was getting surgeries and stuff, I'd also had eye surgery twice. And just before that, so I took that whole year off, of course, from YouTube and Facebook. I didn't do anything, couldn't. I tried to stay in and out of consciousness on my own. Home medicate into a coma. I don't know what I did. I really don't get through that. Mm. Sorry, guys. I get to have this because I have to relight it all the time. Whereas if I had been smoking a cigarette, it would have been gone 4 times by now. It's still the same one. I swear it's still the same shot glass. Oh, it's going to be enjoyable because I'm going to go get some food and maybe a hurricane. I think I tried to stand up to show y'all. It's got one of them beautiful skirts that just mince out. They're really, it's a lovely look for my age in particular, but it also hides the leg, and I don't have to try to get it on over all those injuries. And they still say this. It's not the broken bones that hurt. Bones don't hurt. It's everything else. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think hurts. Fix that bitch. And it was always, do more stretches, do more stuff. I don't know how honest this is how they end up getting shot. I'm sure I like them all. I really did, but I really want. They frown on that, but just a couple of times you just want to slap them, then slap them again, slap them one more time. Here's your Tylenol. I even told them they could just stick that Tylenol up their damn desk because I wasn't gonna buy it. Oh well, we'll send it here. I'm like, never mind. I'll go get it on the way home. But Robert knew I couldn't hardly get in and out, and it was really hard to get me in to any store. There's a lot of stores that say they're handicapped accessible. I don't know how. Even with a motorized one, there's no ramp. The door is not automatic. So unless it's got pushing power, I don't know how you open the door or jumping up the stairs. None of the dollar stores had any of that. Believe it or not, Dunkin' Donuts, a lot of the smaller places just didn't have it. The best one, even Walmart, if they had one, some fat girl was on it. I don't mean that in a bad way, just state the fact. And the others weren't working. And one of them might have been charging. Not sure. It never was available. But we had a new Kroger that was built just right less than a mile from us. I could walk it now. And we enjoy that. And that first year we had everything delivered. I missed that because we didn't do it again. We didn't need it. I mean, we're here. We can go ourselves. I mean, it was worth it. We spent a couple $100 on all these stores to deliver. And actually, it may be worth it in gas. But you want to tip and you want to do all those things. So it tends to not make you as much savings as you would think. All right, I done gave up both cars in the truck, maybe an RV. I mean, I got 2 of them. So I really, like I said, the senator would buy me a drink, tell me to get out there, were going to shoot me. Ran a local newspaper for like 4 years. That's another book. I should write more books. If you're adopted, don't do like me and say hi when they find you. Tell them they've got the wrong number. Leave the state. Dye your hair. Change your name. Don't ever use social network again. Just don't do it. Another book. I'll try to get that soon. I'm trying to wrap this up pretty quick today because I don't want my husband to have to wait forever to take me to dinner, and I don't want to run into traffic. So I better get on my tootsies and get going. I know that yesterday's broadcast, I was like, I looked like I was in a darkened room because I wanted to keep my identity hidden. I have no idea, like I said, what's going on. I have 4 Chromebooks up here. I'm on my smallest Chromebook, and I'd not ever used it on YouTube, so I didn't even know if it had a blooming camera. I mean, there's, they're not as young. I mean, they're older, so I didn't know how well it would come out. I see I'm still a little grainy, and I'm hoping that that's okay because I also did one where the mic wouldn't come across the headphones. And I said, oh, that's okay. It's got a mic and I'll just talk. And it would have worked had I turned the microphone on. I didn't do that though. So there's a whole hour. Gotta pull that from there. I'm thinking if people are actually out there looking for a good time, good laugh, if you're, by the way, I don't know when you guys want to start the hippie thing and leave the baby boomers, but I'm a hippie. I think I caught theirs for like 4 months. Fuck that. Fucked up, fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. That I bet. Love you, Cat Williams. I took that from his mouth. That was so funny. Like I said, I called the President Donnie. I loved alligator Alcatraz as well, but I call it Gator Gitmo. I like that. Don't steal that. That's mine. Um, there isn't any topic so far that I don't discuss. If you want to jump through live chat, if you want to make a comment, please feel free. I have yet to drop any videos because it seems like plagiarism to me. I mean, we've all seen this every video, and if we have it, it takes us 10 seconds, and we don't have to wait for somebody else to talk through it every minute and a half to say what they just saw a minute and a half of film. It just seems stupid. I'm more like Joe Rogan and them. If you really need to pull it because you think people need to see it or whatever, I can kind of get that. Yeah. So, like I said, if you tell me, I will do that. No problem. If not, it's just you pop in here with your drink and you just talk. Tell me what you want to talk about. We back and forth. I do the Zoom call. I don't know. This is again my second channel because of the accident. You would find my old ones about a year's worth on Wicked Lady Hippie at the Bar, and this one is Wicked Lady Hippie. No, the other one is Lady Hippie at the Bar. I'm sorry, Lady Hippie at the Bar, and this one is Wicked Lady Hippie at the Bar. I'm here in Augusta, Georgia, so if you're out there, send me an email. It's wicked, but if you throw something up here, I really don't want to tell everybody. It could be a state secret. My ages. I'll tell you the secret someday, ladies. Sometime soon. When I figure out how to charge everybody, right? You got to make money. In any event, um, I do think that the hippies need to reunite. Love and war. How about love and peace? How about you stupid bitches quit telling me that I'm a problem because I'm white? Fuck you. Even crayons have fucking white crayons. So I'm thinking it's a fucking color. So put that in your pie hole and shut the fuck up. It's a free country. We're not telling you you can't walk around in those little things where you got the letterbox looks for your eyes. You look like little black haired cousin It's the stupidest thing I ever seen. Why don't y'all just tell them husbands you ain't getting no nookie? Make sure you're armed and don't wear that shit no more. For God's sakes, there are women out there from all kinds of Arabian states that are just dancing and being the beautiful ladies that they are. Put them in a tent that's black in 145-degree weather. Y'all should be shot. Y'all should be shot. And what is it with this? Oh, they're fighting an army thing. These guys are in Nikes and sweatsuits. I mean, and they're also in the burqas running inside the hospitals with the rocket launchers. The other guy's got the the bombs for the rocket launcher in there. And yet they're still wearing them everywhere. Oh, no, 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 no. And I see this in my country and I don't like this. But as a hippie, I know they frown on that. Also, as a hippie who served her country, fuck off. Politely. I can send you a badly worded email if you'd prefer. Just let me know. I get bored. Bring the Blackhawks. I know some of the guys. Or their daddies. Might have been their granddaddies. I find that funny even to me. I didn't think I'd live this long. uh, so I hate to cut it short today, but I am having such trouble that I'm just glad I was able to get up here today. I might get a view, I might not get a view. I lost quite a few of my viewers on the first channel, I guess, because I just wasn't there. And the old ones, it's kind of like watching I Dream of Jeannie because nothing else is on. It's a good show, but it's boring as fuck after the 80th time. So it doesn't get before I go. Mm. If you see me and you like it, share, talk to somebody. Hey, say, hey, come on, you guys, let's go have a drink. Again, this is Augusta, Georgia. Bring it. It's a big enough bar, man. We can get on. I mean, think of it. There's no mud, but there's no heat. It's air conditioned. It's a bar. And you're talking to people around the world for fucking free. How can you get better than that? I don't think you can. I can't. I've been all over the world. I prefer this. I'm comfortable. I'm at home. My liquor don't cost me that much. I didn't have to take an airplane and a cab, Uber, bus, railroad, walk 14 miles to get where I was going. As a kid growing up in the 70s, that was it. If you were lucky, most of us, it was a bicycle or walking. You would ask your friends too, can I borrow your bicycle? Nope. When bicycles broke, it wasn't like in the movies. Daddies did not go out and fix your bicycle. No, daddies went to work. They came home and they didn't do nothing. They had a beer in front of the TV. If there was baseball, if there wasn't, they went on and went to bed. My dad worked nights. My friends' dads were the same way. They were out by 7 or 8. You could blame them. Back then, hey, you had to work 9, 10 hours a day to get by. And that was just the 70s. People seem to forget there was a huge gas shortage in the 70s and we were selling kidneys so we could go to work. But you know, I was in the suburbs, so and adopted. So I was put on. That was where that warning came from. We were on the top page of the Parade magazine. I think it was 68. My sister, myself, the other adopted brother they already had, and the parents who were World War IIers. So they were older, like grandparents, but they got paid every month for the 2 girls. So they're 18. That would be me and the sister. And that's another book. I really should write up on the book. I haven't had time. In any event, I do have to get going. I've got a 4-week-old kitten that I'm going to end up having to try to get back to sleep so that I can go to dinner. So she don't wake up because I didn't feed her. So I guess I'll pop on out right now. I didn't do my whole hour, but forgive me. If there's anything you see, if you run across me accidentally, that's what I do with the ones that I subscribe to. Comment, leave a like, subscribe. I always put a like and subscribe in. I generally don't comment very much. I get comments, but I haven't had, like I said, too many. The other channel, Lady Hippy at the Bar, I haven't been using. And now my new channel, Wicked Lady Hippy at the Bar Live, is giving me fits, like I said, on several of my systems. And I don't know why. It's not picking up the Wi-Fi that it says is strong and available, but it's not there. I have no idea. So I'll have to figure that out too. And I really hate to do that. So I'm going to go do other stuff before I get back to that. In the meantime, guys, look for other hippies. I think this is, it's totally Woodstock without any mud. And the women keep their tops on. It's probably a good thing at our age. I know it would be for most of us. And for you. Yeah, that's why you men go for 24-year-olds. You can't blame them. So, fuck, I do too. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, but you don't look any better than ladies with hot clothes at 70 or what have you. It's just not fair. Must be why they told us we had to die somewhere around in there. I think it's 120 years genetically, and in the Bible, it's also 120 years. I found interesting. And do not want in any event to stay anywhere near 120 years. Oh, please, no. And of course, then they tell you can't commit suicide. Wonder if we'll be the guinea pigs to see if they can make us live to 120. Okay. Come and see me. Tell your friends about me. Come by, have a drink, laugh, talk about whatever you want. If I had more time, I'd go into a few other subjects, but I just tend to ramble after the first shot. Oh, let's see. Yeah, yeah, well, my system's. Yeah, half the time I'm not talking to you, am I? I'm gonna go, guys. Y'all hippies, come see me. Let's have some fun.